Yo, 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 what it do, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of TWT Talks with Texas. Now, before we get this thing started, let me give a quick shout out to my sponsors. At Ease, your future leaders in rehydration drinks. If you want a happy, healthier life, drink At Ease. Hey, if you need a little pep in your step, a little stride in your glide, a little giddy up and let's go, hit up Coach J at Black Diamond Fitness, where the next gen future athletes are made. All right, y'all, we're going to dive straight down into this. I'm going to answer some questions and then give y'all, another mind bender. And also, just put y'all in the mode of just, researching and wanting more. Get your brain going so you can go ahead and just do some more research and find out really the truth behind of what you believe or what these theories perceive to be. All right, Simone, your question was, if that's true, how would you explain the times of the sunrise and the sunset that are different in every part of the world? She also said, if you think about it, this would not be the case on a flat earth. Well, Simone, my little question or my answer to that is, as to say, when you've been brainwashed and believed into thinking that we're rotating around the sun, we're rotating around the moon and stuff like that, then I could see how you can feel that way about that can't be the case on a flat earth. But what happens if I told you that we're stationary and we're not moving? Yeah, have you ever thought about that? We're stationary and we're not moving. Picture this. If we all stood outside and said that, you know what, we're going to watch the sun rise this morning. So we all just stand outside and then next thing you know, we see the sun creeping. Now, in your mind, are we spinning to the sun to watch it rise? Or is the sun just completely right there in front of us and we are standing in one spot, same spot in front of our doors, our houses, whatever, and we're watching the sun completely go over our heads and we don't have to move one bit? So that's my theory right there. And then my other theory is this. We have telescopes. You can place a telescope in your front yard, backyard, on your porch, and you can face it, point it in any direction. Let's say we're going to use the North Star to be exact, or the Big Dipper. We're going to say the Big Dipper. All right. So now that you angled your telescope at the Big Dipper, let's leave for the next 6 months or 3 months. And we're going to come back. Now, do you think when we come back and look through that telescope, we should still be able to see the Big Dipper, or should it be some other set of coordinates? Exactly. We're still going to be seeing the Big Dipper because this is my theory. Now, y'all don't have to go with it or just do your own research and then you can find out more. We are stationary. The only thing that revolves around us is the sun and the moon. That's why it's like an infinity. I don't believe in, like we're on this ball spinning. I don't believe that we're flat as a pancake or just flat, just like a square. But we have some flat terrain that, makes everything more sense. Because when you think about it, if sun and the moon is rotating, that's how we get our night and day. All right, on a flat plane. All right. Now, if we was on this ball, like they say we are, and we're spinning, but then we are the third rock from the sun. Keep in mind, we are the third rock from the sun, and the earth is not that big, but we are the third rock from the sun. And from what we know is the sun is the biggest star, the biggest rock, the biggest structure up there in the solar system. So they say. So us being the third rock from the sun, wouldn't it be just common sense that if the sun is that far away and it still beams, that everyone in the United States should have the same time? There should be no time zones. We should all wake up in the United States at the same time because the sun is so big and beaming, it's right there. Like we're the third rock from the sun. So like when you really think about it and put logic behind it, it's like, well, I don't know. Like how can the sun be that close and be that big and there still be different sides that have different sunsets and sunrises? But going back to what I said originally, if we all just stood outside and said we're going to watch the sunrise, we're not moving nowhere near the sun. I'm sorry to say, we're not moving nowhere near the sun. The sun is completely going over our heads, same as the moon. We can literally sit there and watch the moon just rise and go to the other side behind us without us even moving an inch. Okay. So that's one of my little theories that I have for y'all, because, the more we keep talking about it, the better it is for all y'all to know and get into the knowing. See, I'm a firm believer in the firmament. It's like a dome-like enclosure, above our earth. I believe in celestial bodies. Celestial bodies are like, if y'all don't know, are like the sun, the moon, the stars. I believe all that is positioned inside our firmament. That's why we are able to have telescopes and able to put stationary things on our planet, on our earth, and just look up like, hey, there it is. And I'm going to go back to this right here, the North Star. Isn't it ironic that if you ever get lost, you can always say, hey, there's the North Star right there. Just look up and point at the North Star because it's the big, brightest star, right? But what happens if we're moving, if we're rotating? How does that work? You see what I'm saying? It can't compute, because if we can put a telescope down and leave it there and always pointing in the direction of the North Star or the Big Dipper, whichever constellation of the stars that you want to point it at. And if you leave and come back, you're still going to be able to see those same set of stars. Now, I know it sounds crazy. And I know it's like, man, where you get all this information from? But it just, for me, doing thorough, in-depth research about, the flat earth, the round earth, if it's a pancake, if it's just four corners, a square. I don't believe in none of that. I just believe that it's not a circular sphere that they say it is. And I don't believe that it's flat as a pancake, but I do believe in the firmament. All right. Now, this is another thing too. It's like when you put the gravity in place of it. All right. So we're spinning so fast that it has to fight with gravity to keep all the water intact and leveled. Now, that doesn't even sound, comprehensive. So why would the earth be fighting with gravity to keep its water intact if we're on this ball? Now, if the earth is flat and we live in the firmament, it's like gravity will be pulled at an upward acceleration to the earth, to simulate gravity, or a downward pull. But it's gravity and all that is all a mystery to me, because they want you to believe in an invisible force. And I'm over here trying to believe in an invisible force, but I believe it's off buoyancy and the density of things. That's my belief. All right. And when people say that, like, hey, well, it's round because look at the pictures. The only pictures that we know and see is the ones that appear to be round, like optical illusions. Like those are real good CGI images. Like when I was growing up, Earth still looked the same. Like it looked the same when I was like 5 years old. And when I Google it now, the same picture still looks the same. So I don't know about, things being round or flat, but I do know that either the government or NASA is good at doctoring a lot of photos. Now, speaking some more on the density and buoyancy, for those who don't understand that, it's like objects that fall due to density differences, with denser objects sinking through less dense, moments or, situations. So basically what I'm saying is if you have a solid object that is heavy, then yeah, it's going to fall faster versus if you have a solid object that is hollow on the inside, it's not going to fall as fast. So that is my theory on how like the gravity and all that stuff is. It's not really gravity, it is buoyancy and density. All right. So one thing that I would like you guys to continue doing is continue learning more, continue educating yourselves and doing research. Just doing more research because, you know, it always helps to get your synapses flowing and everything else going. Now, I also want y'all to check out the ice wall. If y'all haven't heard anything or even knew anything about the ice wall, but that's another theory of mine too, that we could be surrounded by a big old ice wall. So let me know what y'all think about that in the comments and see if y'all found anything out about that. But like I said, y'all, let's have a conversation, not a confrontation. Until next time, peace.